friend of mine worked as a repairer in a shoe repair shop in a well-known high street in southern England. It had an imaginative and ingenious name. It was called Shoe Repairs.
My friend loves to tell us of the number of people each day who would come into his shop and start by asking,
excuse me, do you repair shoes?
No, we fillet fish.
In the words of the well-known TV ad, my friend's shop did exactly what it said on the tin. Perhaps these days, when so much is promised by so many who deliver actually so little, a touch of unexaggerated truth is a bit difficult for the people at the shoe repair shop to comprehend. Sounds about right to me. Church guys are famous for saying they can deliver on promises, a better life, a stairway to heaven, forgiveness, washing in blood, a personal saviour, health, wealth, prosperity, authority, destiny, acceptance. But if people these days can't believe marketing claims, email spam, politicians, or even doctors, what chance do the church guys have? Good and your mercy endureth forever. So I give you my praise. Look, it's so easy to poke fun by examining extremes. Many a media journalist and TV atheist has made a career out of doing just that. Our postmodern, post-Christendom, post-everything, do it if it feels good society is running scared of commitment, of faith, and of certainty of belief. In 21st century Western culture, pretty much any expression of faith is seen as extreme. So those on the edge of church life are seen as complete weirdos.
Angels and demons, they really do exist. You cannot see spirits, you cannot see angels and demons.
Let's ask some difficult questions. What is the church supposed to look like? What is it there for? What does it do? What should the label on the tin really say? Almost every church will agree that Jesus was its founder, that it's Christ that gives the faith its name, its raison d'etre, its direction. You'd kind of think that Jesus would have something to say about how his massive institutional church should run itself. Wouldn't he? In fact, Jesus Christ talked more about loving God with all your heart. He talked about how the powerful and rich would struggle with his message and his kingdom, and how the poor, the weak, children, the dispossessed would fit in just fine. His life was a model of dynamic compassion, overflowing with a desire to bring dignity, wholeness, and healing to broken human lives. When you look at the extraordinary growth of the life-changing followers of the Way in the New Testament, it's easy to wonder quite how the world of church has got to where it is today. Why are people of faith compelled to build Leviathan power structures that need endless effort to maintain, with their expensive buildings and hierarchical organisations? Elephantine establishments, colossal coalitions, gigantesque guilds, cyclopean constitution, Pythonic partnerships. Is that really what Christianity is all about? Do the modern day followers of Jesus really aspire to nothing more than simply feeding the institutional behemoth when they cross the threshold of the congregation on Sunday? Yes, there are controlling systems. Power and cash-hungry church structures are common across all denominations and cultures. Africa, America, Rome. Here, the status quo is still preferred to the leap of faith. Decency, contemplation and comfort win over messy hands and risky grassroots involvement. Sadly, even the most visionary of churches can end up telling believers how to behave, what to do. Don't rock the boat, pay your taxes, stay in your tin. God bless you. See you next Sunday. The earliest followers of Jesus clearly did not see denominations. They saw one local God-following church, and many people believe that is exactly what Jesus still wants.
One church, made up of people who truly follow Jesus, regardless of religious labels, or the style of building they meet in, or the types of songs they sing. Let me show you what I mean. Red for Anglicans, blue for Baptists, mauve for Methodists, gold, silver for the health and wealth guys, evergreen for the evangelicals, all happily floating about in their own little pots. And despite the odd bit of leakage, the water of society doesn't get too bothered by their presence. But shake them up a bit, get them out of their tins, and let's see what happens. Come on, kids. You see, the water kind of gets infected. Okay, let's go.
The kind of church that Jesus talked about was dynamic and alive, just like these seeds. Small, unstoppable, blown on the winds of faith, landing wherever it will, germinating and growing, blossoming and bringing new life wherever it settles. Like a glorious version of a virus, or a meme maybe, spreading from person to person, bringing freedom, forgiveness, joy and hope. Gordon MacDonald, in his book Mid-Course Correction, quotes Monica Furlong. Within the strange, sprawling, quarrelling mass of the churches, with their stifling narrowness, their ignorance, their insensitivity, their stupidity, their fear of the senses and of truth, I perceive another church, one which really is Christ at work in the world. To this church, people seem to be admitted as much by a baptism of the heart as of the body, and they know more of intellectual charity, of vulnerability, of love, of joy, of peace than the rest of us. It does not matter what their circumstance are, what their physical and mental limitations are. They really are free people, the prisoners who have been released and who in turn can release others.